You know what that sound means. It's time for Wildcat Football on Light Tube Sports Network. With Scott Chasteen and Ken Keller. From the very first snap to the very last. One team, one school, one community. It's game time. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wilkins Stadium. It's senior night here in Tullahoma. At this time, we get to recognize and honor all the seniors that represent their sport and their activity. First up to bat, Jacoby Thomas, son of Brandy Thomas and Ian Jefferson. Seth Cullum. He's the son of Christy Streeter and Elliot Cullum. Adam Owens, son of Carrie and Richard Peter and Andrew Owens. Justin Scott, son of Misty Scott and Toby Scott. Hunter Park, he's the son of Amanda and Josh Brooks, and Brandon and Jacqueline Parks. Tyreek Nard, he's the son of Terry and Eric Parks, and Quan Nard. Cameron Potuck, son of Michelle Potuck and Jamal Carter. Tydrell Mitchell, he's the son of Audrey Sutherland. Garrett Harris, son of Beverly and Bill Harris. Jaquez Elliott, son of Charlotte Elliott and Orlando Elliott. Jonathan Southern, son of Cassie Southern and Lucas Southern. Jalen Newsom, son of Alicia and Tyrone Newsom. Xavier Paradis, son of Joy and Don Patterson. Assistant athletic trainer, Caroline McCullough. She's the daughter of Leanne and Heath McCullough. Manager LaShawna Clark. She's the daughter of Krissa Rackler and Alan Kinslow. Manager Dana Pham, daughter of Judy and Andy Pham. She's escorted tonight by aunt and uncle Gloria and Matthew Stratus. Student photographer Kylie DeVivo, daughter of Ashley and Rob DeVivo. Student photographer Erin Douglas. She's the daughter of Karen and the late John Douglas. Now for our cheerleaders, Trista Eggleston. She's the daughter of Christina and Dana Eggleston. Allie Cardwell. She's the daughter of Wendy and Mark Cardwell. Emmeline Carter. She's the daughter of Cindy and Barry Sutton and Bobby and Lisa Carter. Lydia Fanning, daughter of Susan Fanning and Wes Fanning. Olivia Fincham, daughter of Shonda and Neil Cooper. Gracie Basham. She's the daughter of Kelly and Travis Basham. And the THS Wildcat, our mascot, Jace Pearson. He's the son of Kenny Pearson and Vicki Harris Martin and the late James Martin.
And now for our band seniors. Anastasia Adams, daughter of Angela Adams and Nelson Williamson, in memory of her father, Aaron Adams. Sebastian Aguirre, son of Armando and Natalia Aguirre. Taylor Anderson, daughter of Jeff and Chrissy Anderson. Riley Atkins, daughter of Natasha and James Atkins. Eddie Chambers, son of Robert Chambers. Allie Champion, daughter of Mont and Ruth Champion. Kiana Cabarde, daughter of David and Lily Ann Whitten. Cole Cousins, son of Michael and Wendy Cousins. Andrew Crane, son of Ashley and Jason Crane. Lauren Daw, daughter of and accompanied by her mother Erin Daw, her father David Daw, her brother William Daw, and Lauren would also like to acknowledge her grandmother Nana Hawk for all of her support. Haley Elser, daughter of Brandy Elser and Jason Elser. Abigail English, daughter of Greg and Jenny English. Lauren Hall, daughter of Clint and Melissa Hall. Will Harding, son of Andrew and Jennifer Harding. Drew Hoffner, son of Alex Hoffner and Jenny Burke. Patrick Lazarus, son of Patrick and Laura Lazarus. Preston McGee, son of Melissa and Larry McGee. John Newton, son of Lori Newton. Haley Rich, daughter of Sean Patikula. Hannah Roberts, daughter of Brad and Carol Roberts. Ian Russell, son of Lyle Russell and Amy Dariak. Hope Seaborn, daughter of Lynn and Teresa Seaborn. Aubrey Sharon, daughter of Chris and Kimberly Sharon. Colin Sharan, son of Mick and Wendy Sharan. Alexis Smith, daughter of LaDonna and Nathan Smith. Josephine Smith, daughter of Valerie and Craig Smith. Benji Spratlin, son of Elaine Pasenka, Wes and Bobby Spratlin. Hayden Thompson, son of Travis and Christy Thompson. Lauren Tyler, daughter of Karen Tyler. Rebecca Webb, daughter of Karen and Kenneth Webb.
Our color guard, Cadet Captain Travis Simmons, son of Joanne Augustus. Cadet First Lieutenant Wyatt Payne, son of Stephanie Dodson, Kelvin Payne, and Penny Payne. Cadet Second Lieutenant Carson Reed, son of Patricia and Travis Reed. Cadet Sergeant Zach Worth, accompanied by Sergeant Major Ramirez. Now for the 12th man, Cadet First Sergeant Noah Bean, son of Jennifer Page and Scott Bean. Cadet Lance Corporal Brandon Cole, accompanied by his sister Samantha Oswald. Cadet Sergeant Robert Reed, son of Angel and Jerry Reed. Cadet Corporal Julian Taylor, son of Robert and Tina Taylor. Cadet Sergeant Savannah Watson. She's the granddaughter of Martha Carden. Cadet Corporal Caleb Williams, son of Wesley Williams. He's met at the 50-yard line by Colonel Jeffrey Johnson. Private First Class Francisco Chamorro, accompanied by Sergeant Major Ramirez. Principal Jason Quick. Thank you, seniors, for all you do to make Tullahoma the school that it is.
Welcome to Wilkins Stadium, WC Dub Cooper Field, and the west side of John Olive Boulevard. Good evening and welcome to the Light Tube Sports Network. Tonight, the Tullahoma Wildcats and the Nolensville Knights play for the Region 4-4A Championship. Back with more after we tell you you're watching Tullahoma football on the Light Tube Sports Network.
At Tenova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tenova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium. As we are just moments away from kickoff tonight, Tullahoma and Nolensville match up for the Region 4-4A Championship. And that is, if the Wildcats win, they're region champions. If Nolensville wins, they're not region champions. They still got to play Marshall County next week. Ken, your keys to victory for the Wildcats tonight.
Ken's keys to a region championship. Rider on the storm. The Wildcat defense must disrupt the pocket and put pressure on Knight quarterback Ryder Gallardi. Known for his poise in the pocket, THS must create riders on the storm for Gallardi. Number 2, protect the pigskin. Tullahoma has been plus in turnover margin. Ball security will be an essential tonight. Sounds simplistic, but in big games you want to win the turnover battle. Lastly, unleash the big uglies. The Pancake Posse sets the tone for Tullahoma to ground and pound or air it out. The T-Town offense must keep the Knight defense guessing by creating offensive balance.
Ken's keys to victory for the Wildcats. The captains are meeting in the field. For Tullahoma, number 77 is Jalen Newsom. Jalen is 6'1", 235, a senior here on senior night at THS. And for Nolensville, number 3, Colton Dobson, 5'11", 145, a senior. 14 seniors on this Tullahoma roster playing their last, it's not really their last home game. Tullahoma has a chance to play multiple more home games. The Wildcats have won the toss and will receive the football. Tullahoma likes to do that. They've done it every game but one this year. So the Wildcats and the Knights going to square off here for the Region 4-4A title. Nolensville advanced to the 4th round of the playoffs last year. They played in the semifinals and lost to Springfield.
In Tullahoma.
It's football time in Tullahoma. Tradition lives on at Tullahoma High School. Good evening, everyone. Along with Ken Keller, I'm Scott Chastain. Welcome to the Light Tube Sports Network production of Tullahoma High School football. Tonight, the Cats and the Knights square off, with Tullahoma having the opportunity to clinch the Region 4 4A title. This game was originally scheduled for October 2nd. It was a COVID game. Tullahoma could have taken this win and not played this game. The Wildcats were scheduled to play Giles County. They could have won the region without ever playing this game, but John Olive, to his credit, and I give a lot of credit, wanted to play this game and rescheduled it. Giles County agreed to bow out, so here we are.
Yeah, here we are, and what a big-time football game we have tonight. Tullahoma comes in ranked number 2 in the state. The Nolensville Knights looking to crash Tullahoma's party tonight. The stakes get higher. We already have a playoff berth secured.
Nolensville ranked number 10, so there's a pair of ranked teams here. Nolensville in all white with blue numerals. Tullahoma in all cardinal with white numerals. So stakes are set. The Wildcats will be moving right to left in this first quarter. If you're in the stadium or coming out or coming next week or whatever, be sure and visit the Quarterback Club concession stand. And they have a lot of merchandise for sale, Wildcat merchandise, and excellent ribeye sandwiches, great food, French fries. All the proceeds go to the Tullahoma football program. So we're set to go here. Jacoby Thomas and Jacob Dixon back to receive the kick from Nolensville. So here we go. Good crowd on hand on a beautiful Friday night. So warm for late October. There's the kick. It is a squibber on the ground that is bounced around. It's a live football, and Tullahoma has recovered it. Dixon falls on it at the 26, and that's where the Wildcats will begin this first possession.
Yeah, that was a scary start right there. It did hit the Tullahoma up back, and then Dixon comes up from deep and recovers that fumble.
So spotted at the 27. That's where the Cats will begin first down and 10. Tullahoma led by quarterback Ryan Scott. Tailbacks Jacoby Thomas, Jackson Sheffield, Keyshawn the Dozer Cummings. He lines up at tailback in this opening set. Tullahoma tightens it up now with Scott under center. Going to hand off to Thomas, and Thomas tripped over Cummings' feet in the backfield. That's a loss of 5.
Yeah, the turf monster got him on that one. So number 54 touched him and gets credit for the tackle for Nolensville. That's Grant Reeder.
So after tripping over his tailback's foot, Jacoby loses 3. Second down and 13 for the Wildcats at their 24. Very few times this year has Jacoby Thomas been stopped for a loss in the backfield, but he got one that time.
You know, Tullahoma much bigger. We noticed in pregame and overlooking these rosters, Nolensville, no player over 300-plus pounds. Tullahoma with several. So we have the size advantage on them, but they do look like an athletic bunch.
Well, it's a great start. John Olive looks thrilled down on the sidelines. But the camera has malfunctioned, so we have a temporary stop in play here as still got 12 minutes to go, and we know that can't be right. So they're trying to get that straight down on the field, and Coach Olive is not happy to have this kind of delay early in this senior night game. His team with a football wants to get things started, get rolling, get the jitters out.
So Nolensville comes out with their all-white stormtrooper uniforms, so to speak. So popular, you see them a lot in college. Tennessee's got some stormtrooper uniforms as well. I think this is the biggest crowd we've had all year. The cowbells are out. Lots of noise.
Last year, Nolensville right finished 11-3. They finished second in Region 4-4A to Maplewood. Not Maplewood, Marshall County. They beat Macon County, Livingston Academy, and DeKalb County, and then lost to eventual state champion Elizabethton 34-12 in the state Class 4A semifinals. The Knights are coached by Paul Derrick. He came into the season 18-8. This is his third season at Nolensville. Quarterback Ryder Gallardi is the top returning player. He threw for 2,300 yards and 26 touchdowns last year. He's got those kind of numbers this year as well. Running back Samson Johnson also back. He scored 4 touchdowns last week in Nolensville's 42-0 win over Maplewood. Tullahoma coming off a 31-0 win over Lawrence County. So two defenses who threw shutouts last week.
Yeah, two shutouts, and Nolensville's lost 2 games this year. Brentwood beat them the opening game of the season 47-12, and Columbia beat them 28-14. So right now the only common opponent both teams have played is Lawrence County. Tullahoma beat them by 31, and Nolensville beat them by 29.
Cats line it up, 2nd down and 13 at the Tullahoma 24. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Scott in the shotgun, hands it to Cummings. Cummings over left tackle to the 30. Keyshawn Cummings dozers his way for 10, 11 yards. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, we came up with that nickname on the Shastine Show Monday night. Just a big physical back. Had his coming out party last week against Lawrence County, including a 66-yard touchdown run.
3rd down and 2, Tullahoma at the 35 with 11:15 left to go in a scoreless first quarter. Thomas is wide to the left and 3 receivers wide right for the Wildcats. Scott hands it to Cummings. Cummings over right tackle. Cummings tries to fight his way past the pylon. Did he make it to the yard to gain? Yes. That's a Wildcat first down as Cummings rambles out over the 35 to the 38.
Well, Tullahoma coming out trying to establish a run. They've done that. The first 3 plays look like scripted runs for the first down, get the initial first down of the game.
Tullahoma on that offensive line with Ian Poe, Logan Crouch, Caden Bradford. Scott, pass out in the flat to Duncan, complete. Duncan, 40, 45. Out to the 47-yard line goes Joe Duncan. A gain of 9 for the Wildcats.
Well, it's excellent first down yardage there. Just that little wide receiver screen that we've seen predominant in all of Tullahoma's games this year. And Duncan hasn't been the beneficiary of many of those, but he takes that one for 9 yards.
No, he really hit. Now, that's something nobody's seen on film right there.
That's
Nobody.
Right.
We can expect more of those. Tullahoma 2nd down and 1 at its 47. One single receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Thomas is in the backfield. Thomas will take the handoff. Thomas wrestled at the 50 into Nolensville territory to the 49 goes Jacoby Thomas. That's a Wildcat first down.
Tullahoma's 2nd first down on this initial drive of the game. Now they're at midfield, so, lots of things you can do here. This is, in some cases, a time to throw a deep shot here on first down from the 50.
1st down and 10, Cats spotted at the Nolensville 49. 9:40 left to go first quarter, no score. Scott stacks 2 receivers on the right, stacks 2 on the left, and fades back to throw. Looking over the middle. He's got Jacoby Thomas complete at the 27-yard line. That's a Wildcat first down.
Well, they did just that. They go play action and throw a pass over the middle. Just a little seam route. Number 2 comes up with it. Nice catch by Thomas. Good throw by Ryan Scott.
21 yards, the gain from Ryan Scott to Jacoby Thomas. Tullahoma will line it up at the Nolensville 28 with Dixon and Duncan wide to the right, Melton and Parton wide left. Thomas slotted on the right side, an empty backfield, Scott to throw. He's looking over the middle for Jacoby, incomplete.
Yeah, I think he was hearing the footsteps of 55 there, the big linebacker in coverage, Mason Thomas. And so Alligator armed that one just a little bit, short-armed it, so that's going to set up a 2nd and 10. I do like Tullahoma's play mix so far. We talked about creating offensive balance. That offensive line's the key. Pass protection and bulldoze them on that front line.
Jaden Taylor, Tydrell Mitchell on that offensive line for the Wildcats. Here's Scott giving to Thomas. Thomas cuts it inside. Thomas cuts it across the grain. Touchdown, Jacoby Thomas from 28 yards away. I don't think anybody laid a hand on him.
Well, I tell you what, he made 2 cutbacks incredible. Just stuck his foot in the ground and cut back across the grain. Left a linebacker or defensive back standing straight up like a ghost.
Jacoby rambles for 28 yards in the touchdown. Tullahoma lines up in the swinging gate, and now we'll swing it over to attempt the point after. The snapper is Reagan Tomlin, 6'1", 175, a junior. The holder, DJ Dillahay, and the kicker is Justice Chadwick. The snap is down. Chadwick's kick is good. 8:55 to go in the first quarter. Tullahoma 7, Nolensville nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football. Ann and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
Tullahoma moves 73 yards in 8 plays, using 3:05 off the clock, scoring on a 28-yard run by Jacoby Thomas. Tullahoma, nice, other than that first play with a loss of 3, nice crisp drive.
And a nice play mix, too. They mixed the run with the pass very effectively.
Justice Chadwick's kick goes 7 yards into the end zone, and Nolensville will begin their first drive at the 20-yard line.
Well, we're going to see one of probably the best quarterback Tullahoma's faced this season in Gallardi, Mr. Ryder Gallardi. This young man's verbally committed to a college in New York, Long Island University, the Sharks. Dual threat quarterback, very good pocket presence. He's athletic.
Gallardi, number 11, his chief running back is Samson Johnson, number 2, 5'7", 160, a sophomore. He was a freshman last year and had a great year. Gallardi looks to throw, rolls right, pass is complete on the far sideline, but out of bounds. Intended out there for Ben Coggin. It's second down.
Yeah, just a little rollout, but you see the quick feet of Gallardi, and he's described by his head coach, Paul Derrick, as a natural leader with nice leadership intangibles, football IQ. So he's known for pre-snap reads, ability to process pre-snap reads.
Gallardi splits 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gallardi wants to throw. He's being chased in the backfield. His pass in the flat, incomplete. A gain of only 2 or 3 yards out there to number 82, Chance Fitzgerald.
No huddle offense.
So it is 3rd down and 7 after a gain of 3. So Nolensville's no huddle, but they're not really hurry up.
Yeah.
And again, Gallardi reads the defense and then makes adjustments. He'll throw on 3rd down. Pass in the flat, tipped, incomplete. Couple of intended receivers got their hand on it. It's 4th down.
Well, Gallardi starts out 0 for 3 incompletions, no runs that time. So nice job by Tullahoma defense. They get a quick score. The offense gets a quick score, and the defense forces a 3 and out.
So Nolensville set to punt it away. And Jacoby Thomas standing at midfield. There's the snap. Rugby-style kick is a short end-over-end kick away from Thomas. Thomas lets it go. Takes a Nolensville row down inside Tullahoma territory to the 40-yard line. That's where the Wildcats will begin this possession. Tullahoma leads 7-0, 7:59 to go in the first.
No, you can't dial up a better start if you're a Tullahoma Wildcat. So, these young men have been up a while. 5:30 this morning, the Channel 4 news station was here, and Coach Olive said conditions are perfect to win a championship. So that's what we're hoping for tonight.
Brody,
4-4-A.
Brody, I like that. Brody Melton split wide to the left for the Cats. Tullahoma has the H-back lined up on the right side of that line. And Scott will hand it to Jackson Sheffield. And Sheffield lowers his head and powers his way out over the 40, close to the 44. The sophomore has been so consistent this year.
He has. He sure has. And Tullahoma doing, you want to, ball security is a premium in big games. You want to win the turnover battle, and they've done a really good job this year of securing that football.
Gain of 3 for Sheffield. Second down and 7 Wildcats at the 43. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sheffield goes in motion. Scott's going to fake a throw and then run it to the right side, and Ryan got nothing. Tackled from behind Ryan Scott. It's 3rd and 7 for the Wildcats.
It took a big hit on that one. Looked like he was going to toss the ball out there in the flat to Sheffield, who was in motion.
I think he didn't like what he saw for some reason. So it is 3rd down and 7 Tullahoma at its 43 as Sheffield and Brandon Painter come off the field, and Thomas and Duncan back on. Will Parton in there for the Wildcats at a receiver.
Well, this is the biggest crowd that we've seen here from a visiting standpoint, so Nolensville travels well.
Yeah, brought a
like
nice
Tullahoma.
crowd down. Cats 3rd and 7. Let's see if Tullahoma wants to talk about this 3rd and 7 play. And they do. 6:39 to go in the first quarter. Wildcats lead it 7-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one, get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large, 1-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500.
6:39 left in the first quarter. Tullahoma leads Nolensville 7-0. The Wildcats 3rd down and 7 at Tullahoma's 43. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Thomas is slotted on the left side. Got room in the middle of the field. Scott back to throw. Scott's going long over the middle of the field. Intercepted. Nolensville. There's a flag on the play. Nolensville returns it near midfield, but we're going to get a hold against Nolensville. Tullahoma's going to get a first down out of this penalty as the receiver was obviously grabbed by Nolensville's secondary.
Yeah, that was Jacob Dixon, or it might have been Joe Duncan that was intended receiver there.
Eric Harper intercepted it for Nolensville, but let's see what the call is. I think Tullahoma's going to be very favorable here. Yes, holding against Nolensville. Wipes the interception off the table. It never would have happened if they hadn't held the receiver. So on the 3rd and 7, Tullahoma gets 10 on a holding penalty. And the Wildcats have it first down and 10 at the Nolensville 48.
And it's going to wipe out the turnover. Tullahoma the second time on this Nolensville side of the 50.
Wildcats split 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, with Cummings the tailback for Ryan Scott. Scott hands it to his big tailback, and Cummings inside the 45, just moves the pile to the 42. A gain of 6 for Keyshawn. As someone just texted me, the no bulldozer Cummings.
Well, you know, that's what a dozer does. A dozer moves piles.
Moves earth.
That's right.
Keyshawn moves some earth.
Moving those knots.
Second down and 4 Tullahoma at the Nolensville 42 with 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats on top 7-0. Trying to win the Region 4 4A championship. I don't even know when our last region title was. That's an uninformed broadcaster. Scott hands off Cummings, and Cummings inside the 40. Cummings down to the 37-yard line. He's close to the first down. He got it. Keyshawn Cummings with a Wildcat first down.
Yeah, Tullahoma doing a great job in the trenches. They're just blowing that defensive line, that front seven for Nolensville backwards right now.
And that's what the pancake posse does.
That's right.
They push people backwards, and they do it very well.
That's complementary football. If you're able to run the ball, it opens up the passing lanes, and that's what Tullahoma needs. 2
receivers left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10 at the Nolensville 38. Scott hands it to Cummings. Cummings breaks the initial tackle, fights down toward the 35-yard line, a gain of about 3.
Yeah, tackle made by Mike McWilliams for the Nolensville Knights.
Put it at the 36, a gain of 2 for Keyshawn. 2nd and 8, Tullahoma. So the Wildcats methodically started this drive at their 40, now at the Nolensville 36. 2nd down and 8. Brody Melton, Joe Duncan, Jacob Dixon wide to the right. Jacoby Thomas, single coverage, wide left. Scott, Cummings needs a block, really didn't get it, but he still fought for 3 or 4 yards on his own. 3rd down coming up once again for the Wildcats. Tullahoma knows, Ken, that you just keep pounding at them. Tullahoma's line just wears people down.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to take its toll on the Knights as this game goes on, especially with that no-huddle offense. If if Tullahoma can get some 3 and outs, that just compounds the situation adversely for the Knights.
And I don't know how many players Nolensville has going both ways. Tullahoma really has no one. 3rd down and 6, Wildcats. At the Knight 34, 3 receivers to the left for the Cats. Dixon out of the backfield. Scott, here comes the pressure. Ryan eludes the first rusher and eludes the second to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15. Ryan Scott driven out of bounds inside the 10. It's 1st down and goal for the Wildcats. What a run by Ryan Scott.
Well, playmakers make plays, and what happened was that Nolensville there sent a corner blitz. That was number 1, Gage Skipper, and Ryan Scott evaded him, made a very athletic run down inside the 10-yard line. What a play by the Tullahoma junior quarterback.
29 yards on the scamper by Scott. It's 1st down and goal for Tullahoma at the Nolensville 5. Wildcats on top 7-0. 3:32 to go in the first. Brody Melton, wide right. Duncan wide left with Dixon in the slot. Handoff Cummings. Cummings straight through the gap on the right side. Gets down to the 2, maybe the 1. Spotted at the 2, a gain of 3 for Keyshawn.
And this crowd still dazzled by that play there. So mass substitutions coming in the game for Tullahoma here. What kind of formation is this?
Well, the Wildcats are going with the big beef, Ken. They're bringing in
sure
Jalen Newsom and Tyreek Nard to line up in that backfield. That's close to a ton of blocking for Keyshawn Cummings, who's in the Wildcat set at quarterback. From the 2, Cummings, the snap. Cummings, he got nothing. Great job by Nolensville. They played that against a ton of Wildcats and still made the tackle.
Sure did. The white shirt shot through that time, led by John Ribeiro, number 43, and a host of his teammates there. So the big package didn't work on that situation.
Jumbo set did not move the earth.
In
fact, Cummings lost a yard. It's 3rd and goal at the 3.
Except we roll Scott out on this one with a pass run option here.
Nard still in there at left. Tullahoma got an unbalanced line to the right side with big Logan Crouch on that right side. And Jacoby Thomas will take the snap in the Wildcat. Thomas tries to get to the edge. Did he make it? He made it. Touchdown, Tullahoma. Jacoby Thomas from 3 yards away.
What an incredible run. They put Cummings in the Wildcat formation to play before. He cannot get in, but number 2, Jacoby Thomas, the touchdown maker, scores for Tullahoma. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
I want to say is 15th maybe of the year. Tullahoma will go for 2. And DJ Dillahay, did he get into the end zone? Yes. Tullahoma converts the 2-point conversion. DJ Dillahay takes it in for the Wildcats with 2:49 to go in the first quarter. Tullahoma 15, Nolensville nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Woodard's Diamonds in the Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Tullahoma drives 60 yards, 10 plays, 5 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock, scoring on a 3-yard run by Jacoby Thomas. And Justice Chadwick's kickoff for the second time tonight is a touchback. So Nolensville now down 15-0. Will begin at their 20-yard line. The Knights, Ken, dangerous territory here.
No doubt. What a statement start for Tullahoma. We had Mac Mulder from Friday Main Event up here pregame, and he said, I've come over here to see if Tullahoma's for real. You think we have his attention yet?
So far, so good. Tyreek Nard, Jalen Newsom, Seth Cullum on that defensive line for the Wildcats, along with Garrett Harris. The linebackers are Stroop, Scott. Tullahoma infiltrates the backfield of Nolensville and stops Gallardi for maybe a loss of a yard. Great rush by Tullahoma.
Yeah, Seth Cullum going to be credited with that tackle. So that's the first rushing attempt of the game. Nolensville still without a first down. They've only had the ball about a minute and a half of this first quarter, and we're already down near 2 minutes.
The Knights
left in the quarter.
2nd and 11 at their 19 with 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Tullahoma's linebackers again, Scott, Stroop, and Tucker. Man in motion. Gallardi, straight drop. Little screen pass. They set it up well, but they didn't account for who? The missile. Justin Scott just launched and destroyed that screen.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of launching. He launched against Lawrenceburg last week and against Lawrence County, and he's launching again tonight. 5 offensive plays so far in this game for Nolensville. They're down 15-zip.
And they have +1 total yard.
Mercy.
They had a 3-yard gain in their first series. It's now 3rd and 12 for the Knights at their 18-yard line. Gallardi, straight drop. Gallardi throws long across the middle. Great pass, complete for the Nolensville first down at the 33. Ken, that's a college football throw right there.
No doubt about it. They get their first down of this contest with 1:19 to go in the first quarter. And you see that athleticism, that zip on that football. This guy's thrown for over 5,000 career passing yards and 50-plus touchdowns. So he's done this before.
Gain of 14 yards on the reception. It's 1st down and 10 Nolensville at the Knight 32. Gallardi hands it off inside. Spinning out over the 35 to the 37 is Samson Johnson. Johnson got about 5. His first run of the night.
Well, he ran last week 15 carries, 105 yards, and he found the end zone 4 times in that 42-0 route over the Maplewood Panthers.
Nolensville at their 37 has it 2nd and 5. Tullahoma leads 15-0, 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. Gallardi splits 2 receivers to the right, brings a man in motion. He'll throw to that man in motion. It is complete. 40, 45, tackled from behind by Justin Scott at the 47-yard line. That's a 1st down, Nolensville.
Yeah, Tullahoma bringing the heat. That was Cullum again. He knocked Gallardi down as he released the football, with the pass is complete for another 1st down.
Gain of 9 for the Knights on the pass to Dobson. Nolensville on the march at the 46-yard line.
This quarterback looks a lot like Alex Aldino, the DeKalb County quarterback that knocked us out of the playoffs last year.
Gallardi, straight drop. Here comes the pressure. Gallardi's on the run. Gallardi is not going to escape. Tyreek Nard leads the way for the sack for the Wildcats.
And I think this defense as a whole for Tullahoma is better than last year's, and they're ready for this challenge against Mr. Gallardi.
A loss of 5 on the final play of the first quarter. We've played 12 minutes at Wilkins Stadium. Tullahoma 15, Nolensville nothing. This is the LightTube Sports Network.
Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tennova Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TennovaHarton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, we just got married a couple weeks ago. We're both from Tullahoma, so we know Tullahoma and we know TUA and know their service, and so really didn't talk about anybody else. We just knew we were going to TUA, and so appreciative of how y'all serve the community, and glad to be a part of it.
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium along with Ken Keller. I'm Scott Chastain. We're set to begin the second quarter here on the LightTube Sports Network. We appreciate you tuning in, whether you're watching live here in Tullahoma. Want to give a shout out to the folks down at Buffalo Wild Wings. I understand they have big watching parties every Friday night, so we appreciate you folks a lot. Nolensville, second down and 15 at its 41-yard line to begin the second quarter. Gallardi wanted to throw a little jump pass, but there was nothing there, so he tucks it down and runs for 3.
Yeah, looked like he was going to do that little Tebow pass, act like he was going to run and then, surveying the field to make a possible pass, but he tucked it under. Nobody was open.
3rd and 12 for Nolensville at the 43. Tullahoma leading 15-0. Wildcats can win the Region 4-4A title with a win tonight. Clinch first-round playoff games at home. Gallardi back to throw on 3rd and 12. Everybody covered. The pass is incomplete, intended down there at the 42-yard line. Almost caught. Great effort, but it hit the ground. We could see that from here. It's 4th down.
Yeah, 3rd and 12 there. You wonder if Tullahoma was going to bring a blitz. They just rushed forward, and then they brought the missile on the delayed blitz, but they picked the block up well on him, and Gallardi had time to throw it. Looks like they're going for it.
4th and 12, and Nolensville going for it at their 44-yard line. If they're trying to pull Tullahoma off, that's not going to help them much. Gallardi gets his team set, deep in the shotgun. He's going to quick kick it. It's blocked by the Cats. And recovered by Nolensville at the 41. Tullahoma will have it 1st down and 10 at the 41. Let's see if we can see who got in and blocked that. They tried to quick kick it with Gallardi. Oh, one of the inside guys. It may have been Tyreek Nard or Jalen Newsom, one of those two.
Well, there were several of them there, and that's what disaster play for Nolensville and special teams. Tullahoma special teams been special all year. They looked like they was going to draw Tullahoma offsides, but then he dropped back just a couple steps and tried to quick kick it there, and it spelled doom for the Knights.
Yeah, there was no place to kick. Tullahoma was in the backfield. Wildcats 1st down and 10 at the Nolensville 41. Scott with Thomas as his tailback. Hands it to Jacoby. Jacoby weaves his way to the 40. 35-30. He's gone. Make up a pot of soup, mama. Jacoby, the deuce, is loose on the Wilkins Stadium turf. Touchdown, Jacoby Thomas, 41 yards away.
Well, the THS Wildcats are amped up. This partisan crowd is excited. They smell blood here, this Region 4-4A championship on the line, and Tullahoma is steamrolling the Nolensville Knights.
The deuce racks up 6 for the Cats. Tullahoma this time will swing the gate and attempt the point after. Again, the holder tonight, Reagan Tomlin, or the snapper, Reagan Tomlin. The holder's Dillahay. Justice Chadwick to attempt the point after. His kick is up, and it's good. 11:04 to go in the half. Tullahoma 22, Nolensville nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country and the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
At Tennova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Tullahoma drives 41 yards in one play. A run by Jacoby Thomas, his third touchdown of the game. And with 11:04 to go in the first half, Tullahoma leads 22-0. Justice Chadwick's kickoff is high and deep into the end zone for the touchback.
Well, that's kind of what happens when you get cute. You know, you had a 4th and 12. I mean, what are you doing lining up in your own 42, 43-yard line, acting like you're going to try to pull the other team offside? Just drop back in conventional punt. You're still in the game. It's a lot of football left, and they try to quick kick it.
Two critical mistakes. Tullahoma scored
gets it blocked.
15 points off of them. It was the penalty on the interception and then the punt block.
Yeah, just like a turnover.
So with Johnson in the backfield, Ryder Gallardi down 22-0, splits two receivers to the left, two to the right. Nolensville starts this drive at the 20. Man in motion. Gallardi will keep it straight up the middle, and he met the missile head on, and the missile won. Gain of 2 for Gallardi.
Yeah, headgear contact on that one between those two guys there. That's a collision, Gallardi against the missile.
Gain of 2.
Well, there wasn't a sense of urgency last drive for the Knights. There's certainly got to be here as the pressure mounts. And they're getting blowed out. They've got to make something happen this drive. They got to come out with points.
They'll split Fitzgerald to the left side. He is caught. He has the only reception tonight for Nolensville. He's being covered by Owens. Man in motion, handoff, no. Gallardi throws a little flare pass. Dropped at the 29-yard line is Ethan Seiling, 5'7", 140 senior, about a yard short of the first down.
I'm going to tell him senior Seth Cullen making yet another tackle. He's very active at that defensive end spot. He's making plays all over the field tonight, putting pressure on the quarterback, running down ball carriers, running down receivers, putting pressure on the quarterback, playing really good.
3rd and 1 for Nolensville. They're going to line Samson Johnson up at quarterback in the shotgun and run the Wildcat set. Johnson, number 2, is the quarterback. There's the snap. Johnson gets the first down and a little more as he works his way out to the 35, a gain of 6, and a Nolensville first down. Sometimes you know exactly what's coming, Ken. You just can't stop it. I don't think anybody had any doubt that Johnson was just going to run up the middle. But Nolensville blocked it well.
Yeah, they did.
So a first down for the Knights at their 35, trailing 22-0, 9:15 to go, first half. Gallardi on the left hash mark has 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Gallardi hands it off to Johnson. Johnson breaking tackles. Johnson out to the 40 before he's tripped up there by who else? Justin Scott. He's been everywhere tonight. Johnson got 4.
Well, you know, a couple of things here for Nolensville offense. They've got to rush to be able to rush the ball. They, too, have to get some offensive balance. If they drop Gallardi back to pass 40, 45 times in this game, they're gonna get beat bad because Tullahoma's defensive line just gonna tee off, pin their ears back, and come after him.
2nd down and 6, Nolensville at the Knight 39. Gallardi, handoff in the middle, nothing. Samson Johnson is met by Justin Scott. The missile is just loose. Cullum also in there.
Samson cut down by the missile.
Yeah, there's some sort of symmetrical poetry in there somewhere. 3rd down and 6, Nolensville at the Knight 39. Boy, they need this really bad. 8 minutes to go in the half. Tullahoma leads 22-0. Nolensville needs a first down. This Tullahoma crowd comes to its feet. Gallardi back to throw. He's got a man over the middle. Intercepted at the 40-yard line. To the 50. To the 45, to the 40, it's Will Parton down to the 35-yard line. A 25-yard return for the senior. Tullahoma first down.
It's 75 degrees here at Wilkins Stadium, but we're seeing the snowball effect take place tonight with the Region 4A title on the line. This thing's just snowballing quick. No wonder they wore those white Stormtrooper jerseys.
So we
tonight,
couldn't
Scott.
see them
they
in
knew
the
something,
snow.
didn't they? That's right.
Tullahoma, after the interception and great return by Parton, has it at the Nolensville 35 with 7:47 left to go in the first half. Cats lead it 22-0. Scott with Cummings as his tailback, and Cummings straight in the middle of that big offensive line, got 3.
You mentioned the word just lean on them earlier. You get that big pancake posse. We've got them outsized. We've got them panting a little bit. They're dazed and confused, down 22-0. Had a block punt last possession. Now they just get an interception with a good return for Tullahoma, and they're down 22 points. That defense is already gassed.
The Wildcats, after a gain of 2 by the Dozer, 2nd down and 8, Tullahoma at the Nolensville 33. 7:10 left to go in the half. Cats split 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Scott from the pistol wants to throw. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Brody Melton, but it was high. Scott felt a little pressure. It's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, good pressure that time. Looked like number 29 put the heat on that time. That was Jackson Good. Defensive back.
Jackson Gouda. 6:57 to go in the half. Cats now 3rd and 8 at the Nolensville 33. I think this is 4-down territory for Tullahoma.
So. What are you dialing up right here, Scott? Wide receiver
I'm going to
screen?
get the ball in the hands of Jacoby Thomas if I'm Tullahoma's offensive coordinator. Scott wants to throw. Straight drop. 3 steps. He's got a lot of time. Everybody covered. He's got a lot of room, Ryan. A lot of room. There's his man, Joe Duncan, complete at the 25, down to the 20, down to the 15, and there's a flag on the play. I think this may be against Tullahoma as Duncan gets all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Well, I was just fixing to say Tullahoma's offensive line did a great job of not holding anyone with the time that he had, but
did somebody get downfield?
Yeah, right.
Yes, an illegal man downfield for the Wildcats. Yeah. Seen that called on every level of football so often this year.
Well, that play there was really underrated. Ryan Scott buying time. You see his athleticism and his scramblability, so to speak, back there. The way to elude a pass rush and buy himself time, move laterally back there, and just saw his receiver come open and just dumped it over the defensive back, and nice play is going to come back. But
that's that read pass option, isn't it?
It sure is.
3rd down, 13, Tullahoma at the Nolensville 38. 3 receivers to the right. Now under center goes Scott, handoff Thomas. Thomas wants to sweep left. Thomas wants to get the corner. Thomas has got it. 30, 25. Jacoby stepped out of bounds where? 25-yard line. It is about a yard short of the first down.
Well, but you're in field goal range now, so they called it a first down.
Well, Tullahoma had to get to the 25, and it is a Wildcat first down. So 13 yards for Jacoby Thomas. And the Cats' drive continues at the Nolensville 25.
Well, that was a passing down. I think we tricked them up a little bit. They were expecting pass. What an option. You can give the ball on a 3rd and 13 to Jacoby Thomas on a run, and he get it.
Cummings, the tailback, at the Nolensville 25. Keyshawn, a little stutter step at the line, tripped up after a gain of 4.
Following the block, a big pancake. Poe, number 70, out there blocking hard. All those linemen doing a great job all year. Staying healthy, knock on wood. Tullahoma looking to go 9-0 and stay undefeated on the season.
2nd down and 7 for the Cats at the Nolensville 22. 6:15 left to go. In the first half, Tullahoma leads 22-0.
Cats in no hurry, just bleeding the clock. A slow, painful destiny for the Knights tonight.
Brody Melton split wide to the right with Scott. 2nd down and 7. Here's Cummings again. Little cutback action for Keyshawn. The dozer just bulldozes his way inside the 20 to the 18. It's 3rd and 3.
You know, we do not keep time of possession stats up here, but you can see just hands on hips already. Look at the number of defenders. As you look across the TV screen here on Light Tube, for those white shirts on the defense.
Tullahoma brings Parton in on 3rd down and 3 from the Nolensville 18 with 5:15 left to go in the half. And the Cats on top 22-0 here at Wilkins Stadium. A gorgeous night. This home side is packed. Great to see a lot of fans in the stands. Scott, little quarterback draw, and Scott did not make the first down. Well played by Nolensville. Ryan got a yard. He needed 3.
Let's see if Tullahoma's going to look like they're going to send the field goal unit on here on 4th and short.
Wise.
Well, that's good. You never know when a big kick, and you're going to need a kick in a playoff game to win at the buzzer. So this is great experience. Let's see what we can do here.
There's the snap. It's fumbled. Justice Chadwick wants to throw it, and Chadwick wisely throws it away. So Tullahoma somehow had problems with the exchange, and the field goal attempt never happened. 4th down pass by Justice Chadwick, his first pass of the season. Goes incomplete. Nolensville takes over.
What's unfortunate, the snap and the set did not execute that time. It has all season. It's too bad there because I was excited to see Chadwick get a field goal attempt off, see if he can make that one.
A 34-yarder? You need to see whether Chadwick can make that.
Well, crunched with this in front of a big crowd, it's different than practice, man. When you're with live action,
kicked a few field goals in games.
Oh yeah, he can do it.
Gallardi back to throw. Gallardi's looking to the left side of the field, complete at the 25, out to the 27 goes Braden Rose, and that's a gain of about 7 for the Knights.
Well, I mean, I guess what I was trying to say is the more game reps you can get, the better, especially with the playoffs approaching.
Absolutely. Gain of 10. That is a Nolensville first down at the Knight 27. 4:10 left to go in the half. Tullahoma leads 22-0. Nolensville, for a team that doesn't huddle, they use a lot of time at the line. Johnson goes in motion. Gallardi wants to throw. Over the middle, complete, out to the 30, to the 35 goes Dylan Northcutt. Gallardi starting to find some rhythm as Nolensville picked up 8.
Yeah, quick timing passes, getting rid of the ball quick right now. Just a 2-set drop, 3-set drop, ball out, short pass patterns, and not giving Tullahoma's defensive line to get back breathing on him.
2nd down and 2, Knights at their 35. Gallardi, straight drop. Got a lot of time. Long pass over the middle of the field, incomplete. Intended for Chance Fitzgerald. Well played there by Tullahoma's defense.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's adapted. He knows he's going to have to. He don't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that football with Tullahoma's pass rush coming after him.
Big play here. 3:27 left to go in the half. Tullahoma leads 22-0. Nolensville 3rd and 2. At the Knights 35. Wildcat defense inches up. Inches up. Man in motion. Gallardi hands it off to Samson Johnson, and Johnson got nothing. Tackled by a host of Tullahoma Wildcats, led by Stroop. It's 4th down. 4th and 2 for the Knights at their 35. Can they afford to go for it here again?
It looks like they're going to do just that. I don't think the quick kick, maybe they took that out of their playbook after the pump block a couple series ago. But
I'd like to see another one of those. There's
Yeah,
a
me
flag
too.
on the far side of the field, so maybe we've got something here we're not sure about. Okay, so Nolensville commits the penalty. Tullahoma declines it, and the Knights will punt on 4th and 2. Jacoby Thomas standing at his 40-yard line. Kick is away. It's a low-line drive. They do not want to kick it to the deuce. Going to go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's where Tullahoma will take over, leading 22-0 with 3:05 to go in the half. We're selfish, Ken. It'd be nice to see another 6 on the board here before halftime. We'd like to get to.
You're getting greedy
We'd like
now,
to get to
Scott.
that mercy clock here in the second half.
Patience, Grasshopper, patience.
When you can take the pebble from my hand, it is time for you to leave.
Oh, David Carradine. I used to watch that old Kung Fu show. It
Good
was
stuff.
good, man.
That's good stuff.
Well,
Grasshopper.
Tullahoma's defense has totally throttled this Nolensville offense, who put up 42 points last week and comes in with a very athletic quarterback. They've done a really good job on Gallardi tonight.
Jacoby Thomas is the tailback. 1st and 10 Wildcats at the Tullahoma 31. 3 receivers to the right. Scott throws to Dixon. Complete. Dixon needs to break a tackle and does, but not the second. Fought his way out for a yard or two, and that's it.
A nice pursuit by the Knights. Secondary on that one to keep him to short game. But, really on those wide receiver screens, Tullahoma does a really good job, their receivers do, of getting away from the first, making the first tackler miss. And a lot of those.
Dixon had to.
Yeah, he had to. He was right on him.
So a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 Wildcats at the Tullahoma 32. 2:30 left to go in the half. Stay tuned at halftime for a performance by the Tullahoma Marching Band.
Nolensville with all 3 timeouts left.
Scott hands it to Thomas. Jacoby, little stutter step. Jacoby wants to reverse his field. Jacoby just cannot hardly be stopped. Jacoby Thomas to the 40. Out to the 41 goes number 2. He probably ran 50 yards to gain 9, and that's close to a first down.
Great determination exhibited by
Spotted.
Jacoby Thomas, who scored 3 touchdowns tonight for the Tullahoma Wildcats.
They spotted at the 40. Not the best spot for Tullahoma, but it's 3rd and 1 with 1:40 left to go, as Parton will replace Thomas.
Got to give the either shotgun it, wildcat it to Ryan Scott, keep the ball in his hands, or give it to the dozer here.
I think Tullahoma try to go for 6 here. 1:20 left to go. And handoff Keyshawn Cummings. Cummings has got the first down and more. Cummings just moving the pile across midfield into Nolensville territory. Goes Keyshawn Cummings for a Wildcat first down. He needed 1, Ken. He really just had 1. He ended up with 11.
Yeah. The Punisher.
The Punisher. That's good.
The Punisher.
He definitely punished the Knights on that carry. Keyshawn, why you want to hurt him like that? 59 seconds to go. Tullahoma first down and 10 at the Nolensville 48. 3 receivers to the right.
Wildcats have 2 timeouts left in the half.
Scott dropping. Now Scott's going to scramble. Scott's got a lot of room on the right side. Scott 45. Scott to the 40. Scott to the 35. Ryan Scott down at the 33-yard line. That is a first down for the Wildcats. Boy.
DT, dual threat. I mean, this guy, you got to be exasperated if you're a defense trying to contain or Ryan Scott.
Tullahoma calls a timeout after the gain of 14. 35 seconds to go. Tullahoma leads 22-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Glicken Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Glicken Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Glicken Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football, and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium along with Ken Keller. I'm Scott Chastain. Great to have you here live on LightTube Channel 23. We appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you being a subscriber. Tullahoma first down and 10 at the Nolensville 34. Ryan Scott back to throw. Here comes pressure. Scott's going to throw it out of bounds. And that's got to be intentional grounded. I don't understand why Ryan would do that other than to save some time, but that was not the good choice for Tullahoma.
No, it's going to move him back from the 35-yard line, pushing backwards, and that is also a loss of down penalty.
In college and pros, you can do that if you throw it past the line of scrimmage, but not in high school. So Tullahoma all the way back to the 46, where it will be 2nd and 22.
Yeah, you got to be out of the pocket, too. Now, he was out of the pocket, but the ball didn't go past the line of scrimmage. That was obvious grounding right there.
Yeah, but that rule doesn't hold in high school.
No.
Line of scrimmage, out of the pocket, none of that matters. Tullahoma 2nd and 22 now at the 46 with 29 seconds to go. Where's Jacoby? Wide to the left.
That was an easy call for the ref.
Scott's inexperienced. He'll learn. Handoff coming straight up the gut. Keyshawn to the 40. Keyshawn drives down to the 36. A gain of 10 for Cummings. Will Tullahoma try and stop the clock?
We got one timeout left.
It is 3rd and 12 for the Wildcats. 8 seconds left to go, and Tullahoma Nolensville used it. May have helped the Cats out a little bit.
Helped us.
We'll keep it right here. Tullahoma leading 22-0, but really sort of struggling here in this second quarter offensively. Ken stopped on a 4th down. Tullahoma was on 4th and 2. Had a bad snap, actually, on a field goal try is what cost the Wildcats on their previous drive. Before that, Tullahoma just needed one play for Jacoby Thomas's 41-yard touchdown run. They used 10 plays and scored on a 3-yard run by Thomas. Tullahoma got its 2-point conversion when DJ Dillahay took it in after the second touchdown. The first touchdown, Thomas ran it in from 28 yards away. So Tullahoma's not been especially consistent here on the last couple of drives. And we'll see what the Wildcats have to offer here on 3rd down and 12 at Nolensville's 36 with 8 seconds left to go. What do you think, Coach?
Well, I think what you try to do, you got time to get one pass off here. You maybe throw a wide receiver screen, try to jet it upfield 6 or 8, 10 yards, get out of bounds. If you don't get out of bounds, you do have a timeout. I think a short pass here, one completion, try to kick a field goal here unless they take a deep shot. Let's see what they do. I think maybe an intermediate pass, get down on the ground, get your timeout, and send the field goal unit on, but they may take a deep shot for the end zone.
Tullahoma splits 3 receivers to the left. I don't think you have time to take a deep shot to the end zone. Pitch back, Thomas. Thomas looks for a cutback. Thomas really has to cut it back, and he's dropped from behind. Tullahoma needs a timeout. Did they get it in time? Let's see. Thomas basically no gain on the play, and the first half has come to an end. Your score after 24 minutes, Tullahoma 22, Nolensville nothing. Stay tuned for halftime. This is the LightTube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500. Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tennova Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TennovaHarton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Never miss your favorite shows again. For an additional $12 a month, along with your digital television service, LightTube Cloud DVR lets you record up to 8 programs at the same time. Receive 500 gigabytes of cloud storage and whole home DVR. Call TUA Customer Service to add LightTube Cloud DVR to your digital television service today at 455-4515.
Woodard's Diamonds in Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
Mason Williams, Johann Pachelbel, Blues Travelers, Green Day, and Miley Cyrus. The band is under the direction of field commanders Aubrey Sharon, Lauren Daw, and Thompson Fan. Band captain is Aubrey Sharon. Woodwind officers are Kiana Cabarde and Kimberly Laird. High brass officer is Allie Champion, low brass officer is Abigail English, and percussion captain is Paris Watson. Uniform captain is Allie Champion, logistics coordinator is Charlie Pettyjohn, and guard captains are Haley Elser, Lauren Hall, and Haley Rich. All right, Wildcat fans, now it's time for your Tullahoma band. These awesome musicians are excited to play for you tonight, so get on your feet, make some noise, and sing along as we kick things off with the Beatles classic, Hey Jude. Here's Hey Jude. This Mason Williams hit topped the charts in 1968. We hope you enjoy Classical Gas. Has transcended time and geography to secure its status as one of the most recognizable classical works. We hope you enjoy the harmonies of Pachelbel's Canon and D. Built on the same foundation as Pachelbel's Canon, put your hands together for this mashup of Hook by Blues Traveler, Basket Case by Green Day, and Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. During a time we need it most, music is the universal language that unifies us all. This is the harmony of hope. Let's hear it for your Tullahoma band. The DHS band would like to thank their corporate sponsors.
At Tennova Healthcare Hardin, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Hardin is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tullahoma Healthcare Hardin 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country and United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Glicken Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Glicken Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tullahoma Healthcare Hardin urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit TullahomAHardin.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tullahoma Healthcare Hardin 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500.
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football. Ann and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium on this beautiful Friday night. Those of you watching live, you can see we got a very nice crowd tonight here at the stadium as Tullahoma leads Nolensville 22-0 here at the half. A Wildcat win, and Tullahoma will capture the Region 4 4A championship and will be guaranteed to host at least a first-round playoff game. For every playoff game they win, they would get to host another one. Tullahoma will finish the regular season next week here against Maplewood. So let's take a look at the first half scoring. Tullahoma took the opening kickoff, drove 73 yards in 8 plays, scored on a 28-yard touchdown run by Jacoby Thomas. Tullahoma led 7-0, 8:55 to go in the first quarter. After forcing Nolensville into a punt, the Wildcats drove 60 yards in 5 minutes and 10 seconds, scoring on a 3-yard run by Thomas. Tullahoma converted the two-point conversion, led 15-0 with 2:49 to go in the first quarter. On its next possession, Nolensville on 4th and 12 tried to quick kick it. Tullahoma blocked it. And on the first play, Thomas ran 41 yards for his third touchdown of the night. 11:04 to go in the half. Tullahoma led 22-0. And Will Parton intercepted a Ryder Gallardi pass with about 10 minutes to go. Tullahoma could not convert that. Got down to 4th and 2, tried a 34-yard field goal, but had problems on the snap of the hold or something, and Justice Chadwick tried to throw the football. He really did a smart play, threw it where nobody could catch it. But Tullahoma unable to convert the field goal, and so the Wildcats lead 22-0 here at halftime. First half statistics for Nolensville, it's pretty ugly. Ryder Gallardi, 7 of 12 for 50 yards, and he had an interception. Johnson had 5 carries for 15 yards. Gallardi had 4 for net -1. Nolensville, 9 rushes for 14 yards. Nolensville, 21 total plays, 64 total yards for the Nolensville Knights. For Tullahoma, as you might anticipate, with a 22-0 lead, it looks much better. Ryan Scott, 3 out of 5 through the air for 31 yards, and Chadwick had his incompletion. On the ground, Tullahoma really set the pace. Jacoby Thomas, 8 carries, 95 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Keyshawn Cummings, 13 carries for 61 yards. Ryan Scott had 4 carries for 44 yards. Tullahoma, 27 rushes in the first half for 203 yards. 6 plays, 31 yards through the air. 33 total plays, 234 yards. Tullahoma, 21 total plays, 64 yards. Nolensville, Kim, we've said it a lot of times this year. We don't take it for granted, and we don't take anything for granted, but in this first half, Tullahoma has absolutely dominated.
Yeah, the defense has bottled up. Ryder Gallardi, the quarterback for Nolensville, Justin Thomas, as you mentioned, or Jacoby Thomas, a couple big runs, some 41-yarder and a 28-yarder, and really, when you get your first down of the game down 15-0, you're in trouble, and that's just been really a sign of the times. Tonight, Tullahoma is completely throttled the Nolensville offense. 21 plays, 64 yards. I don't know what you dial up at halftime, what adjustments you make. Head Coach Paul Derrick, what you tell these Knights down 22-0 on the road here with a Region 4 4A championship on the line.
You tell them, man, can't y'all stop number 2? It looks to me like Tullahoma can almost, and they didn't do it at the end of the half, so I don't mean this literally, but can almost score whenever they want, just getting the ball in Jacoby Thomas's hands. I mean, even on some unsuccessful plays, they can't deal with his quickness and his ability to reverse field. So the Cats comfortably on top here, 22-0. We'll be back with the second half kickoff, Tullahoma and Nolensville for the Region 4 4A title on the Light Tube Sports Network.
This is your internet service at 10 meg speeds. This is internet service at gigabit. No other local provider can match this level of speed. Call us today to get the world's fastest internet.
At Tennova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom, Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Glicken Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Glicken Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football. Ann and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
It's football time and Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500.
Diamonds in Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium as we are just about set to begin the third quarter. Tullahoma leads Nolensville 22-0. Ken, how are your keys to victory working out for the Wildcats?
Well, I was just looking at it. I'm going to start at the bottom, create offensive balance. Boy, Tullahoma did a great job the opening series or drive of the game, 73 yards, 8 plays. They rushed their first 3 plays, 3 straight runs for a first down, then hit a good pass over the middle. So they're doing a good job of mixing the play calling up. Protect the football. We had one interception on an overthrow in the secondary. Other than that, done a pretty good job there. That was an interception, no fumbles by the running backs. And Riders on the storm. The defense has done a good job of creating havoc in the pocket and affecting Ryder Gallardi, the excellent quarterback for the Nolensville Knights. So I'd say 3 checks so far.
Justice Chadwick's kickoff is once again a touchback, his 4th of the night, and Nolensville will begin the third quarter at the Knights' 20-yard line. Nolensville in the white uniforms with blue numbers, Tullahoma in cardinal. The Wildcats are moving left to right in this third quarter, leading Nolensville 22-0. Ryder Gallardi has gone all the way at quarterback for the Knights. Very talented quarterback. And Gallardi will hand it off to Samson Johnson to open this third quarter. And Samson Johnson weaves his way out to the 29-yard line, a gain of 9 for Johnson.
Caden Tucker with the tackle for Tullahoma.
You know, I wouldn't say this about some of the teams that Tullahoma has played this year, Ken, but the Wildcats can't afford to let up on this Nolensville team. Right. There's too much football to go. There was no way, you know, if Franklin County or Lincoln County was coming back against Tullahoma. Nolensville's more talented than those teams.
Agree.
So, again, we have a clock issue on the first play, just like we did to start the game. Also have it here to start the third quarter.
Deja vu.
So, again, Tullahoma could clinch a region championship tonight with a win over Nolensville. The Wildcats are 8-0 overall. If Nolensville wins, they still have to play Marshall County next week. If Nolensville beats Tullahoma and Marshall County beats Nolensville and Tullahoma beat Marshall County, then you start going into tiebreakers. I don't know what those are. Let's get this game won and not have to worry about it. Nolensville 2nd and 1 at its 29. Handoff Johnson, and Johnson just sneaks out to the 32 and a first down for the Nolensville Knights.
Well, the first couple minutes, the second half is always critical, and it certainly is here tonight for Nolensville down 22-zip.
They're trying to go a little faster. They're a no-huddle team, but they're not really a hurry-up team. 1st and 10 Knights at the Nolensville 32.
I'm not sure if they've crossed the midfield stripe against us.
2 receivers to the right, handoff Johnson, and Johnson is dropped at the line of scrimmage by Justin Scott, who is having just a fantastic game for Tullahoma. Probably at least 10 tackles for the missile already.
Yeah, the missile is hitting his targets.
He is. He really is. When he launches, it's true and straight, isn't it?
Oh, you're crazy, man.
Nolensville 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It's fun to watch.
He is fun to watch. Gallardi to throw. Here comes pressure. Long pass is complete. Fine catch by their outstanding wide receiver, Chance Fitzgerald. And Cats finally bring Fitzgerald down at the 30-yard line. First down, Nolensville, gain of 38.
Oh, we got a glimpse of that big arm by Gallardi. Again, we mentioned that he's committed to a college in New York as he will play college football for the Long Island University Sharks. And excellent pass right there.
The Sharks.
Under duress.
Yes, he was under duress. So Nolensville now 1st and 10 deep inside Tullahoma territory at the 30-yard line with 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Gallardi gives it to Sampson, and Sampson's got nothing. Wrapped up there by Caden Bradford and a host of Tullahoma Wildcats. Newsom there alongside as well. So Sampson Johnson, the 5'7", 160-pound sophomore, lost 2.
And Tullahoma waiting on that one.
2nd down and 12, Nolensville at Tullahoma's 32 with 9:35 to go in the third quarter.
Looks like if Nolensville is going to do it, Scott, they're going to have to do it in the air. Only 14 yards rushing in the first half.
Cats on top, 22-0. Gallardi to throw. It's the screen. Flag on the play. Down to the 25-yard line goes Braden Rose, but this is either going to be a hold or an illegal man downfield. Nolensville's tried that screen. They've been really successful with it, but they keep making mistakes when they do it.
Yeah, well-designed play, just a little middle screen. They knew that Tullahoma was going to bring the heat.
You can bet anybody else Tullahoma plays is going to see this screen action. But it's screen in high school, Ken, is tough. It takes a lot of people doing the right thing for a screen to work.
It sure does. You really got to practice it and execute it in practice for it to translate for you successfully on game day.
So 2nd down and 17 now for Nolensville at the Tullahoma 37 after the penalty. 2nd and 17 with 9:10 to go in the third quarter.
Nolensville behind the sticks. Let's see if Tullahoma brings the pressure.
Wildcats just show 4 men. They'll rush 4. Gallardi back to throw. That 4 putting on a lot of pressure. Gallardi's going to get out and run. He breaks a couple of tackles. He is shifty, and Gallardi gets back to the line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line, a gain of 7. It is 3rd and 10.
Oh, you got to really appreciate what that young man did just to, make something out of nothing there. And Tullahoma bearing down on him with that big defensive line, and they had a couple shots at him, but give him credit. Showed some good escapability there on that scramble.
Call it the 31. 3rd and 11, Nolensville at Tullahoma's 31. Watch 82. Being guarded by Thomas on the far side. Johnson flares out to the left. Gallardi over the middle, incomplete. He had his man, and he had the first down. He just threw it behind him.
Yep.
So 4th down for Nolensville. See if they are in all or nothing here with 8:15 left to go in the third quarter, down 22-0. Nolensville 4th down and 11 at the Tullahoma 31.
Yeah, you got to go for it here. I mean, if you punt it through the end zone, you net 11 yards. You're down 22 points. Deepest penetration of the game, you got to go for it here on 4th down.
Agreed. Gallardi, you can see he's giving instructions to everybody before the play. True field general for the Knights is Ryder Gallardi, and he didn't like what Tullahoma was doing on defense. Nolensville timeout. 8:15 to go, third quarter. Tullahoma leads 22-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tenova Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit tenovaharton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tenova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We're back with 8:15 to go in the third quarter. Nolensville 4th and 11 at the Tullahoma 31. The Knights go for it with Ryder Gallardi back to throw. Gallardi patient, over the middle, wide open, complete at the 10 to the 5. Inside the 5 goes Nolensville. First down and goal to go for the Knights. That pass caught by Malachi Bloomfield, 6'1", 150 junior.
Well, what an effective time out there for the Knights to regain their composure. Nice looking drive. They put trips left.
Nolensville lines it up.
Receiver over the middle.
First and goal at the 2-yard line. Sorry to cut you off, partner. Right. Samson Johnson will take it from the Wildcat set, and Johnson's into the end zone for the touchdown. So after the 29-yard pass, Samson Johnson runs 2 yards in for Nolensville, and the Knights are on the board.
Well, Sampson's their touchdown man. He had 4 TDs last week and gets the first touchdown of the game for the Knights. Excellent drive to start the second half for
really
Nolensville.
Was. Nolensville did everything they had to do to get back in this football game. 4 minutes, 80 yards. Now they'll line up in the swinging gate, and now they will swing over to attempt the point after. It's all about what the holder sees on this swinging gate. Snap is down. The hold is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tullahoma 22, Nolensville 7. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Well, we just got married a couple weeks ago. We're both from Tullahoma, so we know Tullahoma and we know TUA and know their service, and so really didn't talk about anybody else. We just knew we were going to TUA, and so appreciative of how y'all serve the community, and glad to be a part of it.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Nolensville drives 80 yards in 9 plays, scoring on a 2-yard run by Samson Johnson, cutting Tullahoma's lead to 22-7. Now the Knights kick it off, a little pooch kick, and it will be picked up by Jacoby Jacob Dixon at the 25. Dixon will take it out to the 34, and that's where the Wildcats will begin this possession. Important, Ken, for Tullahoma to sort of regain its dominance here.
Yeah, I agree. They had some negative plays in the second quarter, just scored the 7 points. They had a couple opportunities after the block quick kick, and then the Will Parton interception, just come out of it with 7. So it's time to get the offense back on track here, get that offensive balance going. We've had some shakiness in the passing game tonight outside the wide receiver screens. The one pass over the middle, Tullahoma needs to pass the ball better in this second half.
Jacoby Thomas opens the third quarter at tailback for Tullahoma, and Scott will keep it on a little fake to Jacoby Thomas, and Ryan Scott got nowhere. No gain on the play. Every play you give Nolensville confidence, they get closer to being back in the game.
Yeah, and, that's the thing. Tullahoma's going to have to score some more points, I think, to win this game because really the last drive, they pushed that 80 yards in 4 minutes. Gallardi looked pretty hot in that first drive, so we need to get some first downs rolling here.
Keep in mind, Tullahoma's not given up more than 14 points in a game all season. Wildcats, 2nd and 10 at their 34. Scott pitches to Thomas. Thomas needed a block. He just didn't get it. Gain of 1 on the play. It will be 3rd and 9 for the Wildcats.
Well, we talked about possible ways to beat Tullahoma. Nobody's come close to doing it this year. But one thing you're going to do if you're scouting Tullahoma, you got to try to contain number 2. They did a good job the first 2 plays here on this series of doing that, setting up a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 9 here for Tullahoma.
Ball rest on the Wildcat 35-yard line. 6:40 left to go in the third quarter. Tullahoma on top 22-7.
You talk about containing him all you want to, but nobody has done it all season.
3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Jackson Sheffield in motion out of the backfield, and Ryan Scott looks over the middle, complete to Jacob Dixon in Nolensville territory at the 43-yard line. That's a Wildcat first down.
Good pocket awareness there by Ryan Scott, and offensive line, sets a good pocket up for him right there. Good protection, and he picks Dixon out roaming in the middle of the field for a big 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 22 yards on the pass from Scott to Dixon. Tullahoma now at the Nolensville 43 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wildcats lead it 22-7. Scott has Sheffield as his running back, and he'll give it to Jackson straight up the middle. Sheffield just pushes the pile for 5 or 6 yards, maybe 7 for the sophomore.
Yeah, Sheffield running behind big Caden Bradford there on that one, the 6'4", 240-pound junior. And when you complete some passes, it opens up the running game, and that's what you saw right there.
Gain of 5 for Sheffield, 2nd and 5 for the Cats at the Knights 38. Again, that middle of that line, Jaden, Taylor, Poe, and Crouch on that left side. Moving bodies. Tullahoma 2nd and 5. Scott, quick pass. Dixon needed a block. He got it at the 35. Jacob to the 30. Dixon down to the 28. That's a Wildcat first down.
Well, you're right. He did get a block there by number 17, Brody Melton, the Tullahoma junior tight end, and did a good job of not getting a penalty, just a good, clean block.
Cats
sprung the Tullahoma receiver, Dixon.
Cats pick up 10 on the pass from Scott to Dixon. That's been a good combination on this drive. It's first down at the Nolensville 28. Wildcat receivers getting lined up correctly. 3 wide to the left, Thomas to the right. Sheffield the tailback. Sheffield gets it straight up the middle. Sheffield 20. Sheffield to the 15. Busts through a tackler. Runs over a man at the 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6. Touchdown, Jackson Sheffield from 28 yards away. That's a man run by a 15-year-old right there.
That is, and that's a highlight film run right there. So you're going to see that showed over and over on the Coach Olive show. What a great run by number 22, Jack Sheffield.
Showed over and over on the Coach Olive show. It'll be showed over and over on LightTube Channel 23.
Both of them, man. That one's play-worthy right there. That was a big one.
So
what a run.
The snapper is Tomlin, the holder Dillahay, the kicker Chadwick. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:34 to go in the third quarter. Tullahoma 29, Nolensville 7. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
How many yards you got?
At Tennova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom, Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Glicken Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Glicken Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Glicken Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com. or find them on Facebook.
Chadwick to kick off for the Wildcats. This one goes deep into the end zone. Tullahoma marches 66 yards in 6 plays, scoring on a 28-yard run by Jackson Sheffield. 2 big plays in that drive, partner. A couple of passes to Jacob Dixon, 1 for 22 and 1 for 10.
Response, drive, exclamation point. That's what I put in my notes.
4:34 remaining in the third quarter. Wildcats now lead Nolensville 29-7. These Knights marched 80 yards in 4 minutes on their first possession here in the third quarter. They'll need to do it again. Gallardi to throw. Looking downfield, complete. Boy, he's outstanding on that running to his right. Gain of 12, first down Nolensville.
Yeah, they're going to go in a pretty much a strict pass mode now. You got 4:26 left in the third quarter, down by 22. You pretty much got to throw it just about every play now.
As old school, I would say, no, you do not. Run that ball. Gain of 13 on that pass. First and 10 Nolensville at the 33-yard line. Gallardi has Johnson in the backfield in the pistol. Gallardi, straight drop. Long pass downfield is incomplete. Intended or defended down there by Landon Fouch, and a couple of flags come out, and that's going to be pass interference against Tullahoma.
A long pass in front of the Nolensville bench there, so they get the pass interference PI call on the Wildcats. Secondary, it's going to be another first down.
We'll take the ball out to the 47, where it will be first down and 10 for Nolensville. They move it up to the 48. Pass interference against Tullahoma.
Not a spot foul like the NFL is.
No, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
If you're beat in high school, do the penalty, period. Nolensville on first and 10, handoff Johnson. Johnson spinning out of tackles, 1 tackle, but not the second. Caden Tucker drops Johnson after a gain of 2. Every time Nolensville runs the ball, that's a win for Tullahoma.
I agree.
Time is ticking. Second down and 8 for the Knights. Spotted at midfield with 3:30 left to go in the third quarter.
You know, they've got to do it some, just to keep the pass rush for Tullahoma honest, and Gallardi off his back.
Fitzgerald is split wide to the left. Johnson in motion. Gallardi wants to throw over the middle, complete. Down inside Tullahoma territory at the 40-yard line. The pass goes to Braden Rose. That's another first down, Nolensville.
Well, you can see what the college coaches like about Gallardi. I mean, he's a competitor, down 22-zip at the half, and he's injected some energy into this offense for Nolensville with his, his playmaking ability.
Gain of 10, first and 10 Knights at the Wildcat 40. 2:55 left to go third quarter. Gallardi to throw. Here comes the pressure. Gallardi's pass almost picked off. Boy, Fouch got a hand on it. Well played by the receiver, actually, to break it up. Otherwise, Fouch would have picked it off.
Yeah, excellent coverage by Fouch.
Tullahoma's secondary is getting a good test tonight, Ken. They haven't gotten this kind of test all year.
Yeah, facing, this guy throws the ball better than anybody we faced all season, and this is really good reps for that secondary, as you mentioned.
2:50 to go in the third. 2nd and 10, Nolensville at the Tullahoma 40. Gallardi signals to his receivers to the left. Straight drop. Waits, pass out in the flat, incomplete. I think that was a miscommunication with Fitzgerald. He expected Fitzgerald to curl it in, and Fitzgerald was going post. So 3rd and 10 for Nolensville. You could see Fitzgerald sort of beating himself up, knowing that he didn't read it the same way Gallardi did. 3rd down and 10, Nolensville at the Tullahoma 40, 2:45 to go.
Well, Tullahoma's going to be dialing up the heat right here. Let's see if Nolensville maybe tries to go back to that middle screen here or a slant pattern.
3rd down and 10. Gallardi, good protection. Over the middle, complete at the 25 to the 20. Down to the 18 goes Tyler Wildman. 5'10", 150 senior. That's a first down, Nolensville.
Yeah, just a little crossing pattern, a little clear out crossing pattern across the middle, and Gallardi on target again. Leads his receiver well for a big first down.
So from the 40 to the 19's a gain of 21. 1st and 10, Nolensville at the Tullahoma 19. Gallardi's pass incomplete. Broken up by the Wildcats. 2nd down and 10.
And 56 had pressure for Tullahoma that time. Bradford again. That defensive tackle position.
Well, we just got word that the rain is in Shelbyville and heading this way. So we'll see if we can get this one out of the way or get a little wet here in Wilkins Stadium. Nolensville, 2nd down and 10 at the Tullahoma 19. Gallardi. Little screen pass. Out in the flat. Got some room at the 15. Tackled right there at the 14 is Ethan Seiling.
And Parton and Tucker combined for the tackle. Parton with a big interception in the second quarter of this game.
Gain of 5, so it is 3rd down and 5, Nolensville at the Tullahoma 14.
Owen Stroop with 2 picks last week, so we're starting to see that secondary get some interceptions. See if we can get another one here.
3rd and 5 at the Tullahoma 14. Nolensville has it. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Gallardi basically tells every player on the team, I think, what to do. Gallardi's going to hand it to Samson Johnson, and he got nothing. Loss of 1 on the play. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Tullahoma defensive line collapsed on him. Big 77, Jalen Newsom with some helps from Tyreek Nard and others.
So a loss of 1. It is 4th down and 6. Nolensville at the Tullahoma 15 with 1:10 left to go in the third quarter.
I didn't like that play call there, Scott.
Me either. You got to go to the end zone here.
Yeah.
You got to score the football.
Yeah.
4th and 6 for the Knights. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Gallardi rolls to his right. That pass is incomplete. He had his receiver, went right through his hands. Tullahoma's defense holds and will take over at the 15-yard line.
The receiver dejected there for Nolensville, pulls his helmet off and slams it out of bounds. Out of the side of the referees there. He just upset himself that he didn't corral that one in.
Well, you know, part of high school sports is learning how to accept failure.
Yeah, he just disappointed himself. Had his hands on it, had a shot at it,
really
so that
did.
would have been a first down.
It's a good throw
Big
by
play.
Gallardi. On the sideline there, nobody could have gotten to it but the Nolensville player, but it's incomplete. Tullahoma takes over, 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 15. Sheffield remains the tailback. He earned this series.
Sure did.
Sheffield will get it straight up the gut. He got 2, maybe 3 for Jackson.
Well, that was his longest run of the season and best. Man, he showed some explosiveness and power and toughness, and he was not going to be denied on that last touchdown run.
That being a 28-yard touchdown run by Jackson Sheffield. Gain of 2 on that one. 2nd down and 8 Wildcats at the Tullahoma 17. Let's see, the Wildcats are going to have to run another play here in the 3rd quarter. But it should be the last, unless it's an incomplete pass or a penalty. Ryan Scott wants to throw. Wide receiver screen is complete to Duncan. Duncan cuts it back in at the 25, out to the 26. That's a Tullahoma first down.
Yeah, 1 second left in the quarter. Throws it out to the good hands team. Boy, I tell you what, Dixon and Duncan do a really good job of catching those wide receiver screens. Sure-handed guys.
Gain of 9, and the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We are 12 minutes away from a Region 4 4A championship. At the end of 3, Tullahoma 29, Nolensville 7. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football. Ann and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium as we begin the 4th quarter. Tullahoma leads Nolensville 29-7. We will be back here next week, next Friday night, 7 o'clock. Cats close out the regular season against Maplewood. Tullahoma trying to win the Region 4 4A championship tonight, leading 29-7 to start the 4th quarter. Ryan Scott will hand it to Jackson Sheffield, and Sheffield bulls his way out over the 30 to the 32. And let's look around for Keyshawn Cummings, Ken. We haven't seen him in a while.
I see him in front of us about the 38-yard line there with his back to us. But, Tullahoma's really carved out a really, really good 3-headed monster at running back. We alluded to that a couple games back. But, when we missed Thomas that one game, we saw Cummings and Sheffield take up the slack. And that experience paying dividends here late in the season.
Gain of 6 for Sheffield. 2nd and 4 Wildcats at the Tullahoma 32. Scott, quick pass, incomplete, intended for Duncan, or for Thomas. Scott led him a little too much. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Scott threw that before he wanted to. Big Taylor Ween putting the pressure on there for the Knights. Right in his face on that one, had to get rid of it.
I'll just say this early here in this 4th quarter. If I had that offensive line and those running backs, I wouldn't throw the ball again. I wouldn't throw it again.
Yeah,
unless you're looking at 4th and 7 or something. Yeah. But Tullahoma's running. I mean, they have 300 yards on the ground tonight.
Right.
3rd down and 4 Wildcats at the 32. Sheffield remains the tailback. Got an H-back in there now. Sheffield goes in motion. Scott to throw over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Brody Melton. It may have been tipped by Nolensville's Jackson Good as he was right there. Pass incomplete.
Well, Tullahoma ends that series with 2 incompletions, which stopped the clock. 11:09 left in the 4th.
4th and 4 for the Wildcats at their 32. And Chad will punt the football. I bet he hadn't punted 10 times all year, Ken. Tullahoma just
their
offense has been unbelievable.
A true juggernaut.
Low snap. Gets a kick away, and it is a beautiful high spiral, sends the returner all the way back to the 20-yard line, and that's where he's dropped by the Wildcats' pursuit. Excellent. Adam Owens there first for Tullahoma. Great punt coverage and a great punt.
Well, you called it, and, it was a tremendous punt on a low snap, so he recovered and booted that ball out. You thought it was going to get over the Nolensville kick returner's head, and he made a nice catch on it, but, man.
So where do they start,
Super
Ken?
coverage.
20-yard line.
Yeah, super coverage by Owens.
11 minutes to go in this football game. Nolensville 1st and 10 at their 20. Again, Gallardi has to go out and tell Fitzgerald exactly what route to run.
He's got to go 80 yards again, too.
They really do have
Good
to
luck.
go 80. 1st and 10 at the 20, Gallardi to throw. Got a man wide open. Tullahoma's sort of giving that short pass, but now breaking tackles. Nolensville out over the 40 to the 43-yard line, where the Knights will have it 1st down and 10. Whistle still hadn't blown yet, so Nolensville's still moving. They're out to the 50. Ken, I've never seen such a slow whistle.
I haven't either. Tullahoma trying to rip the ball out of Ben Coggins' hands. They've ripped his helmet off, but not after he gets 30 yards on the play. Or 28.
Gain of 28. It's 1st and 10 Nolensville at their 48 with 10:35 left to go.
Well, Gallardi put some nice zip on that ball, got stabilized in the pocket, and delivered that one between the 1 and the 0. Good run after catch there by Coggin.
And Tullahoma was giving up that short pass, but you can't miss those tackles. Gallardi looks left. Wide receiver screen incomplete over the head of the intended receiver. Looked like Alex Rhodes, 5'11", 170 junior. 2nd down.
And then throws it out there wide to receiver on the sideline. You may see a pump and go. You know, when you play an aggressive defense, maybe you pump and go on single coverage on a cornerback on one of your better receivers and see if they bite and you can get behind somebody here. You need a big play here to score quick.
From what we've seen, Fitzgerald is the only one that can get behind Tullahoma's defense. That's a guy I would pick out. Gallardi looks his way. Instead, short pass over the middle, complete. And that is Coggin again, a gain of about 5. It's 3rd and 5.
We'll give them that. 5-yard plays. Not going to hurt you here.
Call it 4. Put it at the Tullahoma 48. It is 3rd and 6 for the Knights with 9:45 left to go in this football game. Tullahoma leads 29-7. We will talk with Wildcat head coach John Olive on the field after the game. Gallardi looks quickly over the middle. Nard in his way. Now Gallardi rolls right. That pass is incomplete. Hit the ground. Good effort by Fitzgerald. Good pressure by Tullahoma's defensive line, but it's 4th down.
Yeah, near miss there. Yeah, it was a nice effort by 82 on that one. Just short hopped the ball. Pass underthrown, but really the pressure again by Nard caused that errant pass. Because he was open.
4th down and 6. Nolensville, this may be their last grasp. Remember, they got to score 3 times. Gallardi, straight drop. He's got plenty of time. Tullahoma giving the short routes. There's one intercepted by the Wildcats at the 35, 40. 45 to midfield. I think that's Parton again.
Might be foul.
At midfield, Tullahoma's. It's Dillahay. I don't know who it was, to be honest with you. Here comes Fouch, and here comes Dillahay.
It might have been Dillahay.
Picked off Tullahoma. Yes, it is. DJ Dillahay with the interception back to the 50.
And a lot of 2s back there in that second. We got a 2-5 Fouch. We got a 2-7 missile in the linebacker. We
2-3 Parton.
Dillahay 2-3 Parton.
Tullahoma intercepts Nolensville, and the Wildcats now can begin to bleed the clock at the 50-yard line with 9:16 to go. Sheffield is the tailback, and it'll be Thomas on the end around. Thomas, 45. Thomas cuts it back and tripped up at the 41, a gain of 9 for Jacoby Thomas. He's having a really nice night. Spotted at the 42, call it a gain of 8. 2nd down and 2, Wildcats. Ball rest at the Nolensville 42.
Well, now's the time. You alluded to it last drive. Just let's let the air out of the ball and run behind that big offensive line, and
because points
don't put it up in the air again.
Points is not your enemy.
No.
Time is your enemy.
That's right.
Tullahoma, 2nd and 2 at the 42 of the Knights. Quick pass out in the flat to Thomas. He's got the 1st down and more. Jacoby inside the 35. down to the 32, stayed in bounds, but now they stopped the clock.
Oh, that works
32.
too. You know, the wide receiver screen, a good safe pass to your most explosive wide receiver on a 2nd 2 works.
Spotted at the 32, a gain of 10, and that is a Wildcat first down at the Nolensville 32.
Now the clock a real problem for the Knights.
8:10 left to go. 3 receivers to the right for Tullahoma. Sheffield is the tailback. Hand off Sheffield. Ball is loose, and Nolensville's got it. It popped up in the air, recovered by Nolensville at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Taylor Ween with the recovery, number 47. So Tullahoma fumbles the ball. The Knights will take over.
Turnover, Wildcats.
7:59 mark.
And Nolensville will have it at the 15-yard line, their 15-yard line. They've got 85 yards to go, 7:59 left to play. Wildcats lead it 29-7. But it ain't over. Tullahoma can't close the door here. Gallardi hands it to Johnson, and Samson Johnson is dropped for no gain in the backfield by the missile, Justin Scott.
Guess who?
Boy, he has had himself some kind of night, has Justin Scott. Got to have 15 tackles at least.
Memorable senior night. No doubt about it.
For the senior, middle linebacker. Yep. He was more of a supporting role last year. This year he is the signal caller. 2nd and 10, Nolensville. At their 15, 7:25 to go. Gallardi, wide receiver screen. That's complete to Fitzgerald, but Fitzgerald tackled immediately there at the 22, a gain of 7.
Looked like Dixon now playing both ways with the tackle on that one.
3rd down and 3. Nolensville at the Knight 22-yard line. 7 minutes left to go in this football game. The Wildcats are 7 minutes away from the Region 4-4A championship.
They smell it, Scott. They smell it.
Smells like victory.
Yes. Indeed.
Gallardi hands it off to Johnson. Samson Johnson is met and dropped by Dixon at the 25. And that's enough for a Nolensville first down.
Now Dixon having fun on defense. Now he tags out, and his tag team partner, Jacoby Thomas, now going to enter the defensive secondary.
Nolensville first down at its 25 with 6:25 left to go. Clock is running. The Knights got to speed it up a little. Gallardi straight drop. Gallardi, lots of time, over the middle, complete. Beautiful catch out there at the 33 by Fitzgerald. That's a Nolensville, about a 7-yard gain.
He did a good job of shielding his body away from the defender because Adam Owens had a beat on it. Looked like he wanted to jump the route and pick the ball off, but the receiver did a good job of shielding himself between the ball and the defender.
Gain of 9. 2nd and 1, Nolensville at the 34. Gallardi, straight drop. Gallardi, long pass over the middle, a lot of traffic. Nolensville's receivers tripped over each other. And one is still down, and that is Fitzgerald. The pass is incomplete. It is 3rd and 1.
Yeah. A couple bodies falling down for Nolensville, but no interference on that one. Scott, you're right. They just tripped over each other.
Well, and
incidental contact.
You hate to see that for Fitzgerald. He's a really good receiver. Mm-hmm. Chance Fitzgerald, 6'2", 165 sophomore. They've got some young players.
Yeah, they do.
Nolensville's going to move up to 5A next year, so this could be the last meeting between these teams. Potentially. They could meet again in the playoffs maybe. Nolensville 3rd and 1. They got a new quarterback in there, and I think he got the first down. That's Samson Johnson just took the direct snap, ran for 2 yards and a Nolensville first down. But that's not going to get it for the Knights because there's 5:35 left to go in the football game, and Nolensville trails 29-7.
Hunter Parton and Garrett Harris back into the game. Caden Bradford comes off for the Wildcats.
Thomas in there on defense, along with Dillahay. And Gallardi Little flare pass out to Samson Johnson, complete. No gain on the play. Well played by Adam Owens, who's also had a nice game.
Yeah, Tullahoma secondary, 2 picks last week at Lawrence County, 2 picks tonight. So, yeah, they've gotten a good test tonight through the air game of this Nolensville Knight team, and it's going to help them out down the road in the playoffs.
Really is. 4:50 left to go. Nolensville 2nd and 10. Gallardi, straight drop. Gallardi feeling the pressure from Parks, and Gallardi's so elusive. Here comes Tullahoma. Gallardi's pass incomplete, well over the head of the intended receiver, and the missile didn't launch, Ken, but he activated, and there's a flag on the play. Let's see if that's a late hit by the missile. I didn't see that one. I mean, I saw it, but it didn't look like a penalty. See what the call is. Illegal man downfield against Nolensville. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
So the Knights are going to have it 2nd down and 15 at the 30 with 4:36 left to go. Wait a minute. Tullahoma's declined the penalty, so it is 3rd and 10 at the 35. I'm good with that decision here. I think that's a good call. Decline it. Worry about the yards. You want the down. 3rd and 10, Nolensville. 4:36 to go. Tullahoma up 29-7. Gallardi's pass out in the flat is complete, short of the first down at about the 44.
Well, he threw that ball a long way across the field, so he's got a good arm. Got some capable receivers. They just really haven't burned us deep too many times tonight. The secondary's done a good job of tackles after the catch.
Well, this is it here. 4th down and 2, Nolensville at the 44. 4th and 2.
Clock ticking.
4 minutes left to play. 4 minutes to the Region 4 4A championship. Gallardi rolls right. Gallardi going to tuck it and run, and Gallardi's going to have the first down. He is a tough cookie, and he stayed alive enough to get the first down.
Yeah, no quit in Gallardi.
Gain of 4. 1st and 10, Nolensville. They're running out the clock for Tullahoma. 3:45 left to go. We will talk with Wildcat head coach John Olive after the game down on the field. Gallardi, long pass that is complete. What a catch by Fitzgerald. He is spectacular. Tullahoma tipped it. Adam Owens or Justin Scott got a hand on it, but that pass complete for about 30 yards.
Yeah, looked like he had a shot at it. It went, I think, in between his hands. It was Parton back there, 23. Ball gets through him, and Nolensville receiver catches it.
Gain of 36. The ball at the Tullahoma 16. Gallardi rolls right. Pass out into flat, complete. Very short gain there by Coggin, out down to the 12.
Owens with another tackle. I'd like to remind everybody, register now for the Eli Grove Legacy 8K Run Walk Ruck, November 7th, 2020.
Ball at the Tullahoma 12-yard line. It's 2nd and 6, Nolensville, with 2:55 left to go. Gallardi hands it to Johnson. Johnson straight up the middle, got a couple of yards.
Nolensville burned a timeout early in the second half, so they only have 2 left.
Yeah, they're not interested. They just ran it up the middle on 2nd and 7 inside our 20. So they're not interested in trying to score 3 touchdowns here. They're getting ready for play Marshall County next week. The winner of that game will finish 2nd in the region and host a playoff game. The loser is hitting the road. And we don't know who's going to finish 4th. I think Lawrence County might end up finishing 4th. Gallardi hands it off to Sampson. He gets a couple of yards.
Newsom and Cullum trip him up. This game winds down. Tullahoma's going to stay undefeated and be Region 4 4A champions. 2 minutes left. Gallardi barking out signals for the Knights, looking to the sidelines.
4th down and 1, Nolensville. Gallardi looks left. That pass is complete, short of the goal line, inside the 5. It is 1st down and goal, Nolensville, at about the 4. Gallardi continues to impress, Ken. They got a good scheme. I think they got pretty good play callers. What they don't have is a lot of skill in the skill positions. Samson, Johnson, not quite there as a running back. Fitzgerald and Coggin are pretty good receivers, but that's about it. Nolensville with a big package now. Samson, Johnson in the Wildcat set. Johnson going for the corner of the end zone, and he makes it touchdown. Nolensville, Samson Johnson scores from 2 yards away.
Well, you know, and you hate to use this word, but really a lot of the passing yardage that Gallardi has accumulated here late in the game it's garbage yards. I mean, you know, Tullahoma's done the good job on him tonight and contained him and did what they've had to do to win this game and win a region title.
1:20 left to go. Nolensville will line up and kick the point after. Try to close the gap to 15. And then I suspect we'll have an onside kick coming. There's the kick. It is up and it is good. 1:20 left to go. Tullahoma 29, Nolensville 14. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Raphael's of Tullahoma is your home of the buy one, get one pizzas. Not only do we have these amazing pizzas, we also have pastas, salads, sandwiches, desserts, and much more. Right now we have a great deal going of 2 large one-topping pizzas as well as 10 wings for just $20.99. So give us a call at 588-5100 and visit us in person at 1406 North Jackson Street, Suite 500. Preventative care such as mammograms, colonoscopies, and annual wellness visits are important to maintaining your overall health. If you have delayed care, Tenova Healthcare Harton urges you to schedule an appointment with your provider today. If you don't have a provider, visit tenovaharton.com and click on the Find a Doctor tab. If you need help, you can count on Tenova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Nolensville closes the gap to 29-14, but there's only a minute and 20 seconds left. Nolensville kickoff to Tullahoma. We would expect an onside kick. Tullahoma's not really playing for an onside kick. And there is the onside kick, and it is caught by Jackson Sheffield at the Tullahoma 48-yard line. Nice job by the sophomore. It went the 10 yards, and it was a free football, but Sheffield cradles it. And the Wildcats should be able. Well, Nolensville's got a couple of first downs, a couple of timeouts left. Let's see if the Knights use those timeouts or let the clock run out.
Well, Sheffield also a baseball player, so that was an easy hop for him to
really was
catch, wasn't it?
Tullahoma will go into the victory formation. Snap comes to Ryan Scott. He'll down it. Nolensville will immediately call a timeout. So Tullahoma is not interested in doing anything but running the clock. But Nolensville, I don't blame them, coach to the end of the game. You don't ever give up. You're only down by 2 scores, right?
Yeah, you got to. It's just called pride.
Got to force the turnover.
You know, if the coaches quit, the players are going to, and you can never send that signal as a coach. You always want your players fighting, and if you're going to fight, you got to fight for them as well.
So Tullahoma will win Region 4-4A and will host a first-round playoff game 2 weeks from tonight against the number 4 seed from Region 3-4A. Now, I tell you, that's either going to be Macon County, Livingston Academy, or Stone Memorial is going to come in here. DeKalb County has won that region. I think Macon finished second, so I think we'll get either Livingston Academy or Stone Memorial in Wilkins Stadium 2 weeks from tonight. 1:14 to go. Tullahoma will get out of the victory formation and instead be in the pistol with Jacoby Thomas as the tailback. I think the Cats realized they really couldn't run out the clock. Hand off Thomas. Ball security. Jacoby out to the 45, to the 47. Picked up 3 yards. He has had a tremendous night. Jacoby Thomas has. Final timeout for Nolensville. 1:06 to go. Tullahoma leads 29-14 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Woodard's Diamonds in Design has a new location, and our design team is ready to help you kick off the fall season. Let's go! Stop by and let our design team help you score a touchdown with the perfect gift from Woodard's. Touchdown!
As football is a tradition in our community, so is Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We were here then, we are here now, serving our community for over 45 years. Continue the winning combination, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration for the win. Call 455-8757, the name you can trust.
Welcome back to Wilkins Stadium. Tullahoma 3rd down and 13 at its 47-yard line. And handoff Jacoby Thomas, and Jacoby's going to take it outside. What a block from Joe Duncan, and Thomas wisely goes down at the 36 of Nolensville. That's a Wildcat first down, and you can wrap this one in cardinal and black. The Tullahoma Wildcats are going to beat the Nolensville Knights 29-14. All Tullahoma's got to do now is run the victory formation a time or two, and that is it. Well, we'll head down to the field and talk with Wildcat head coach John Olive. So stick around for that. As Ryan Scott kneels down, Tullahoma will have to run one more play. So, Ken, 9-0, region champions, regardless of what happens from this point forward. That's a heck of a season right there.
Oh, it sure is.
Tullahoma averaging almost 40 points a game, giving up 10.
Yeah, I think they were averaging about 250 rushing per game, but I think they've eclipsed that tonight.
Yeah, Cats, we think about 300 yards on the ground. They had 200 at halftime. Final play of this football game. Ryan Scott will snap it and kneel. And that's a wrap, folks. Wrap the Region 4-4A title in cardinal and black. The Tullahoma Wildcats are champions. Your final from Wilkins Stadium, Tullahoma 29, Nolensville 14. We'll be back and talk with John Olive. You've been listening to and watching the Light Tube Sports Network.
At Tennova Healthcare Harton, we want you to remember to take care of yourself and your families. If you experience a medical emergency, such as chest pain, that may be a heart attack or stroke symptom. Harton is here for you. While some people may be worried about COVID-19, our hospital is taking precautions to keep you safe. Don't delay care for any medical emergency. If you need help, you can count on Tennova Healthcare Harton 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country and the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Woods Family Dentistry understands you never get a second chance to make a good first impression, and your smile is an important part of that impression. That's why they put together the most experienced, friendly, and professional staff. Add to that the most sophisticated diagnostic and treatment technology available. The result is a winning smile so powerful you could break ice with it. Visit the smile experts at Glicken Woods Family Dentistry and let your smile be the first thing people notice about you. Glicken Woods Family Dentistry, glickenwoods.com, or find them on Facebook.
Go Wildcats! I'm Ray Norris, newly elected mayor of Tullahoma. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder for Wildcat football. Ann and I love sitting out watching our student athletes compete, then seeing them go on to college and become successful in business. My goal is to see them return to Tullahoma and becoming a part of our vibrant community here. They then can become Tullahoma Wildcat football fans like Ann and me. Go Wildcats!
We are back at Wilkins Stadium where your Tullahoma Wildcats are the Region 4 4A champions. They come out on top tonight with a convincing 29-14 win over the Nolensville Knights. And Tullahoma got off to a quick start in the first quarter of this game. As we look at our scoring recap, 73-yard drive, 8 plays. The Cats took the football and culminated the first drive of the game with a touchdown run of 28 yards. Jacoby Thomas at the 8:55 mark. The PAT by Chadwick was good. Cats led it 7-0. The next possession, Tullahoma kicks off. The Knights went 3 and out. So Tullahoma scored again, this time on a Thomas 3-yard touchdown rush. DJ Dillahay converted a trick 2-point conversion. Tullahoma at the 2:49 mark went up 15-0 in the first quarter. And finally, Nolensville gets a first down at the 1:28 mark of the first quarter. Tullahoma was already up 15-0 before Nolensville got their initial first down of this football game. So the first quarter ended with Tullahoma up 15-0. In the second quarter, Tullahoma got a block of a quick kick, and then later, in one play later, Jacoby Thomas had a 41-yard touchdown explosive run. At the 11:04 mark of the second quarter, Tullahoma led 22-0, only 13 minutes into this football game. So Will Parton had an interception for the Tullahoma Wildcats in the second quarter, another highlight, but the first quarter did end with Tullahoma up 22-0 at the half. In the third quarter, Nolensville finally got some offense going. They put together a nice 80-yard drive. Samson Johnson with a short touchdown plunge at the 8-minute mark, so they have a 4-minute, 80-yard drive, and they score to cut the lead after the PAT to 22-7. Tullahoma answered back later on in the third quarter. They have a response drive right after Nolensville scored. They had a drive of their own, 66-yard, 6 plays, 28-yard touchdown run, a very good-looking run by Jackson Sheffield, the Tullahoma sophomore. As he scores a touchdown, the PAT by Chadwick puts Tullahoma up 29-7, and that's how the third quarter ended. In the fourth quarter, DJ Dillahay had an interception for Tullahoma. Sheffield had a fumble at the 7:59 mark, and then Nolensville scores the final points of the game. A Samson Johnson 2-yard touchdown rush at the 1:20 mark left in the game for Nolensville to cut the final score to 29-14. So a convincing win for the Tullahoma Wildcats as we await the post-game interview from Coach John Olive of Tullahoma, who will no doubt, as he's addressing his team right now, the huddle had a big crowd here tonight. Nolensville brought a big contingent, a big football game with a Region 4 4A title on line. Tullahoma wins going away 29-14. They ran for probably around 300-plus yards tonight in the win. So they host Maplewood next week. Tullahoma runs a record of 9-0, looking to finish an undefeated season against the Maplewood Panthers here next week before hosting a playoff game in 2 weeks here. So I think we're ready for our post-game interview here. Scott Chastain has John Olive now. Let's go down to the field.
Down on the Wilkins Stadium turf, John Olive, your Region 4 4A champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm so proud of our young men.
Coach, it obviously just been the weirdest season ever. You've got one of your best teams ever.
I think it's probably the best football team, complete football team that we've had in my 28 years here.
Coach, tonight, just a lot of people did a lot of different good things for you. I know he got rid of the football late, but Jackson Sheffield, that 29-yard run, that's what you've been looking for out of this sophomore. He's been a great possession ball carrier, but he really barreled over a couple of people on that run.
I thought he ran the ball really hard, and on that run, he paid off and got got the dividend of the touchdown. But I thought that Jackson ran the ball super hard, and I was proud of him.
Keyshawn Cummings, the dozer, as we've named him. Not much action in the second half. Anything there?
We just held him out. We held him out in the second half.
Coach, your defense has been phenomenal. Ball hawking secondary the last couple of weeks. Interceptions last week, interceptions this week. Defense, 14 points. It's the most you've given up in 9 games.
Our defense has played really, really well. We've given up some big play shots, but that's the only thing that you got to get our defense so far. We have stuffed the daylights out of the running game, and I thought our secondary has come on and has played well the last 2 weeks.
And finally, Justin Scott. I mean, we just over and over, the missile. 20 tackles probably tonight. What a game from the senior.
What a game from the seniors, exactly right. And he's a young man that's playing through hurt. He's not injured, but this time of year there's a lot of hurting going on, and he continues to, he didn't even practice very much this week. He just plays, and he plays hard, and he plays well.
I don't know how much he needs to practice then, Coach. 9-0, you last week you clinched a playoff berth. Tonight you clinched a region championship. Next week you got a chance to clinch an undefeated season, the first since 1999. What do you know about Maplewood?
We know that COVID has really hurt them. They look young. We got the Nolensville Maplewood tape in the exchange. They look really young. They're still athletic, and they still play hard. We'll just see, I don't know what they'll show up down here with. They may have some players that weren't able to go to Nolensville that'll come to Tullahoma. You don't know their situation.
Coach, you got a chance to host a first-round playoff game. That's always exciting. Congratulations. Go enjoy this with your team.
Thank you very much.
John Olive, head coach of the Tullahoma Wildcats, Region 4 4A champions. Next week, Tullahoma hosts Maplewood right here at Wilkins Stadium. For Ken Keller and the entire Light Tube crew, I'm Scott Chastain. Tullahoma wins it 29-14. Be good to each other.